I finished playing through this game yesterday, and I thought it was pretty good. It had a lot more potential to be better, but overall I thought it was still really good. I really enjoyed how the OST sounded, with some of my favorite songs being that of Reasoning Deathmatch Break and Reasoning Deathmatch Culprit. I really liked the character designs, and it was nice seeing the Danganronpa art style again after so many years since V3. And I really enjoyed the environment, since the city looked extremely nice with the neon lights and rain. It gave me a cyberpunk feel, even if the whole thing was kind of limited by the Switch. I also really liked the main cast of characters and their dynamics. However, I didn't like how there was a lot of potential lost with them connecting. The main character never really interacts with them outside of their own chapter, and there's a lot of narrative depending on the main character having such interaction with some characters, but he never really does. Even with the Gumshoe Gabs, the interactions I feel like are too minuscule to have that much of an impact on him, and I would like it if there was more on-screen development between him and the other characters. This could be fixed through the side quest system. The side quests by themselves are fine, they're not great, and they could be further improved by having the main character do quests for other characters and having him interact with them, but it doesn't. Instead, it focuses on the main character going from point A to point B, interacting with some random characters, doing something for them, and it never being mentioned again. I feel like the side quests should have been used for more character interactions, especially with characters from previous chapters that are no longer used. For example, after the first chapter, you have a few quests to interact with some of the characters from the first chapter, but only one of them happens twice, in the sense that you interact with that character again twice, and you never see the other character again after that one side quest you do with him. Another thing that I really didn't like was the antagonists. There are so many unique antagonists in this game, and they're almost entirely irrelevant. You never see them outside of their designated chapter, and you don't really care for them. I honestly found more about the antagonists through the loading screens than actually playing the game. The investigation system was fine. It was pretty fun to play through and piece together this mystery. I feel like the overworld should have had more action. The only thing you do there is just go from point A to point B and occasionally have a QTE. There should have been more elements of gameplay at work there. For example, there should have been stealth missions where you have to avoid being seen, or some other stuff. The dungeon element was also fine. It reminded me a lot of Danganronpa, and they obviously took a lot of inspiration from it, and they utilized a lot of similar gameplay elements. But I feel like it could have been better with a lot more unique animations. It kind of got stale seeing the same thing happen over and over again, but it was fine. One thing that I will say the game did extremely well was Chapter 0. Chapter 0 was possibly the best intro the game could have had. But because it was so good, the other chapters kind of looked lackluster in regards to it. The other chapters never really hit as hard, and they could have been a lot better if there was a lot more time spent in the chapter. If they were just a bit longer, I feel like the game would be a lot better, but it ended up being pretty good as it is. I would like to see what happens to the game in the future, possibly with more DLC expansions, and even the second game. I would like to see the second game do better and fix the problems the first game had. I would rate this game a junk synchron, and I overall enjoyed it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good day.